All right, so get ready. Perfect. So we are live again.
Yeah,
I know. Hey, Fidel, it's good. Great to see you as always.
thank you so much, Mickey. It's great to see you too. And it's been a month, right, from the first stream?
Yeah, it's been a month, so time flies, and we're talking about time this year. 2026 is coming too, right? The year went by so fast, both for our
Mm.
personal lives, professional lives. It's just been a fast year. So I think it's a good time to actually reflect on 2025 and
Mhm.
discuss what things we expect, especially in Ethiopia's real estate market in 2026. So, uh,
Mhm.
first, let's introduce ourselves and then we can get into the topic. How does that sound for you?
That's great. We should just
Perfect,
introduce ourselves, and the better we discuss the main points in detail.
perfect. So, I'm Miki. Mikiyas Tamerat is my full name, but you can call me Miki, and co founder of Akababi. My background is in digital marketing, digitization, and we've been working in the real estate sector in numerous markets, both in the US, in Ethiopia, and different parts of Dubai as well, just analyzing and digitizing processes. So we this is a topic that we really enjoy. I personally enjoy doing much research on it, and I'm happy to have Firew as well as the host of this Real Talk episode 2. So Firew, introduce yourself and tell the people why they should listen, especially to you. Yeah,
Thank you, Mikiyas. Thank you, Mikiyas. This is Firew Beyene. My background is civil engineering, but recently I have finalized my MBA. I think 5 years ago, and I have shifted my uh, career to the real estate sector because having a background in civil engineering and working as a real estate CEO is the major point. As a CEO of the biggest real estate company in Ethiopia, real estate previously, and now I'm in Bamacon Real Estate. This topic is very mandatory for all real estate uh, major players, the stakeholder, the buyer, the sales or the real estate companies. It is very mandatory to have this voice today to get the main points that was in 2025 and what will be happening in 2026 based on our projection. It is very mandatory to hear us.
100%, 100%. And combined, mostly for real, but combined, we've run campaigns in which in 90 days, 797 homes have been sold in the ET market. Fido has sold hundreds of millions of dollars worth of real estate. So he is at a high level and even down to the details, a very influential thought leader in Ethiopian real estate. So, this is good information. And so we're going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly of real estate in 2026.
Mm.
So we're going to get right into it. And so we're going to start with that. We have a great presentation for you. So, Fidel, maybe you could kick it off.
Okay, in 2026, real estate horizon and the great convergence will be discussed. We have tried to analyze the powerful forces reshaping the market, creating a pivotal investment opportunities for those who want to buy in Ethiopia. And the assessment have both, as Mickey said, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we will present that one. The first one will be the columnist season is in 2025. As we all know that pre 2025, especially July 2024 up to December 2024, it was volatility. There was a volatility due to some major economic shifts in Ethiopia, especially this, the birr value is
Yeah,
it was not good at that season. There were powerful independence forces were aligned. It creates the market inflation period in 2025. Then in 2020, when we came to the 2025, the foundation, the phase two, it is a steady state. No ups and downs. The market is almost constant. It was calm After
Yeah.
that, in 2026, we will expect the convergence. You know, it
To
will
happen.
boom out. Yeah, it will boom
Yeah.
out. So
Let's-
this is okay, Mickey.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, just to give some commentary as to what we're referring to. Like there was, there was a lot of proclamations that were made. There was a lot of things happening, right? So what Fidel was alluding to is in 2020, pre-2025, it was the currency was devalued overnight, right? So construction costs doubled overnight. Okay. There was even leading up to that, there was some proclamations that were made about the seizing of assets if you purchase through the black market, right? So everybody now was on alert, especially from the diaspora market. Everybody was scared as to, and what's going to happen to my home? So
Yeah,
all that
exactly.
happened in a period of 3 months. The real estate market
Yes.
was shaken. So compared to that, I mean, as Fidel said, 2025, it's very smooth, very smooth,
Smooth.
very
It's
smooth,
calm. Yeah,
calm
it's
compared to
calm. Calm.
2024. So
Yeah.
2025.
Yeah.
So yeah, Fidel, go back to you.
So
Yeah.
you can go to the next slide.
Okay.
Where, as you see, the economic bedrock, the inflation, the currency, and the fight to tangible asset was high in 2024. Based on IMF source, 30% currency consumer inflation. That means the persistent erosion of purchasing power. Most of the people lost their purchasing power by 30%. Then again, the annual currency drop was about 24%. 24%. And the overall value loss, one property losses, or the money value loss, or the birr value loss is within 15 months, it becomes around 165%. It is a huge amount.
Huge.
So this birr value versus major currency, creates the purchasing power to be eroded, and as well as the annual currency drop to be increased. This is a major shift that happened in 2024, right?
Yeah, huge.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
normally for real estate that is good, right? So anytime consumer inflation goes up, assets go up as well. So
Yes.
any market, US, Dubai, Europe, anytime consumer inflation goes up, it's good for real estate because the price of your home
Yes.
goes up.
Yes.
So if you already
Yes.
own a piece of real estate, it's good because the price goes up. However, with that happening in 2025, what impact has this had on developers, Batale Ferrero? Maybe you can touch on that. Developers and finishing materials, etc. What is the impact that
Yeah.
has had? Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the developers. By the way, the 2025 season, it was bad for estate developers
Yeah.
because everything skyrocketed, finishing materials skyrocketed. Most of the materials for construction are imported. So if the value of birr is dropped, or if inflation is there, the purchasing power of birr will be less. So previously, if you have $1, you can purchase something. If you have one birr, you can purchase something. But currently, one birr is valueless. So when we came to the cement, rebar, especially finishing materials, which covers around 50 or 45 to 50% of the construction inputs, most real estate companies suffered a lot. It was the time that 2025 was the best time for buyers, not for developers.
It was a challenge because
it was a challenge.
Even for planning, right? It's very difficult to plan and make the purchase orders when the currency is devaluing that fast. So now what is the impact in 2026? So 2025 was a hard year because of inflation, rising construction costs, and making planning difficult for developers. In 2026, what is the impact that you see? I noticed, for example, and you could speak on this, but a lot of developers are moving away from providing finished apartments. It's a lot of
Exactly.
semi-finished builds. So maybe you can touch
Almost
on that.
all.
Yeah. Almost
Almost
all.
all, almost all,
Yeah.
because that they don't want to suffer,
Yeah.
especially if for the finishing material, as I said earlier, it
Yeah.
covers around 45 to 50% of the construction progress.
Oh,
You know,
wow. Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
that means it took a lot of money, or a lot of money will be shifted to the finishing part. So
It is.
most developers strategize to make or to construct only semi-finished apartments,
Yeah.
which reduce the, I think I can say, the risk of having additional inflation on them.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's a practical move to kind of hedge
Yeah,
yourself from a
yeah.
buyer perspective, just to give it. I know developers are protecting
Mm.
themselves, but at the end, I think if you have the money to buy a piece of real estate, let's say you have the cash, full cash, let's say you have
Mhm.
30 million, but
Mhm.
for example, or even
Mhm.
25, I do think
Mhm.
builders moving away from providing finishing material is going to increase the desire for already finished or resell market homes. So
Yes.
traditionally, buyers would pay for a home that's under construction. But now, if the finishing is up to the buyer, instead of dealing
Mhm.
with that headache, I do think more people are going to want to buy already completed units as opposed to ones under construction. What do
Exactly,
you think?
exactly. You are right. You are right. Most people are searching for finished apartments because as the developers don't want the suffering, the
Yeah,
buyers also don't want to have that suffering. So
exactly.
resale value increases. Due
100%.
to this reason, resale value is increases.
Yeah, so resell, that's one prediction right here for 2026. Resale
Mm,
value is going to increase. There's going to be
exactly.
less demand for homes that are
Mm,
currently under construction. So I
mm,
think that
mm,
that is something that we're going to predict in 2026. And I think secondhand homes resale market is going to do really well in the coming year.
mm,
Maybe we can
mm.
go to the next slide, Fidel, and I can take this one.
Yeah, yeah, you have to.
One controversial, this is going to be a controversial take, but we said we're giving you the good, we're giving you the bad, and we're giving you the ugly
The
because we want
ugly,
you
yeah.
the ugly. So this is the ugly concept. We're just
Yeah,
gonna tell it how it is. This
yeah.
is
The
little, yeah,
bodies, I think, not getting the finished apartment is a bad news, right?
it is, it is, it
Yeah,
is a bad
yeah,
news. It is.
yeah,
So now
yeah.
this is the potential risk, and a lot of people we have to address it, and we're addressing it so that you can trust our opinion. We understand there are some of you that will never buy ET real estate.
Mhm,
You're just never going to do it. Okay. And then there are some of you that are going to buy. Okay.
mhm,
We give you the uglies for those in the middle who are still deciding, who are still debating. We give you the facts so you can make an educated decision. If you're never going to buy, don't even leave a comment. We know you don't want to buy. We know you don't want to go into the market. We know you're not optimistic. So don't even comment. We want the people in the middle who are researching and trying to understand the reality of things. So one potential
exactly.
risk is, could Ethiopia real estate market become like the Nigerian real estate market? What does that even
Wow.
mean? So
Mm,
currently, in some markets, when the currency is devaluing faster than the home is appreciating, what happens is it decentivizes people from getting into the market. So let me just break it down. If so, we
mhm,
saw the drastic decrease in the currency in 2025. It decreased by 165%. The birr at some point was to $1 was what, 55 birr, and then in a
yes,
matter of a
58.
year, now we're at
Mm,
170, 155, whatever market you use.
mm,
I think the official is
mm.
155. So that's almost
Yeah.
165% drop. So if you have dollars, you convert to birr, okay, and then you buy a home in birr. Unless your home goes up 200% in value in 1 year, this year, you got hit.
Mhm,
Because
mhm,
if you tried to convert it back into dollars, you would have lost money. So a quick analysis, let's say you invest $100, you convert it to birr,
mhm,
that's 15,500 birr. You buy the home at 15,500 birr. the property increases 20%. Okay, now you're at 18,600 birr. So you made 3,000 birr. Okay, but the currency 40% ودك النبال. Okay, now the
Okay.
conversion is 217. Let's say you sell your home now and you convert it back into dollars. You now made $85. So you lost $15, even though your home made 20% that year, you lost $15 because of the currency conversion. So that is the challenge that ET faces. If the
Yes.
local currency falls faster than the real estate growth, we have a problem. We have a big, big problem. So
Yeah.
that is what we hear from a lot of people in the market today. Their concern is, okay, if I buy the home in dollars, but the currency keep falling at this rate, you know, what will I do? The positive thing about it is the government is really pushing to bring inflation down to 10% in the 2026 fiscal year. So it will come down. And then this was also the first year of devaluation. Okay, when you look at other markets who have devalued their currency a long time ago, they're already open. So Nigeria already has foreign banks. They already have mortgages. They already have so many things to help the real estate market grow they're facing this issue very late. We don't know
Wow.
exactly how it will play out. Ethiopia is still in its infancy. There's no foreign banks. There's no foreign companies that many. Mortgages are still an idea, not actual, right? So all those things are still in the favor. So I think, you know, with that being said, I wouldn't, this is a risk. We're just letting you know of the potential risk, but it is not a abandoned ship, red flag, code red type of moment. We're still going to be okay for some time, and we'll see how the market plays out. So that is the ugly reality, and I think you have to consider it. Yeah, if you have birr though, there's no better place to park it. And
Exactly.
If you have, okay, this is
it's the best time.
Go ahead.
It's the best time.
You
It's
have
the best time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you're just investing birr, buy. Because instead of it, think about this, instead of your birr losing 165% while it's sitting in the bank, you might as well put it in something that can grow. And honestly, I know a lot of, this is going to be a controversial take, Firew. I know, don't be upset with me for this take, but everybody's talking about banks. Everybody talks about buying bank shares and all this stuff, right? But the thing about it is, foreign banks are entering the market. You don't know what bank's going to be here today and gone tomorrow. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So
yes.
At the end of the day, real estate is a tangible thing. It's a real thing. You own it. It's in your face. It's a real thing. So it's better to actually buy hard assets during inflation than just letting it burn in the bank. So I do think real estate is the best place to park your money in ET. And yeah, any comments on this one, Firew? I know it's a hot take, so
you are absolutely right. I think it's a time to buy real estate. You know, currently asset is appreciating in Ethiopia always.
Yeah.
You know, Mickey, you're in US, right?
Yeah.
Did you think your car will appreciate after you buy it in 2020? Now, will it be appreciated or depreciated?
Cars depreciate.
In ET, cars appreciate, you know.
Oh, cars appreciate. Yeah.
When they get old, they appreciate. If you buy a new car in 2020 with 5 million birr, you can sell it now with 5.5, 6 million birr, you know?
Yeah.
So asset in Ethiopia, especially when you come to a house unit or a real estate, it always appreciates.
100%. Even if you look at other developed markets during COVID, right? The US government printed a lot of money. They printed like what, $3 trillion. And because of that, home prices almost, you would see 80%, 90% gains in 1 year during COVID, because everybody wanted to, you know, it was work from home. It was so many things. The value of homes were going up 90%. In some markets like Florida, Texas, and Tennessee, homes were appreciating like, you know, hundreds of times, multiples within that 1 year time. So it's a safe place to put your money. Land is the final resource, you know, at the end of the day. So I think that's a good way to to save your money. So that was all the bad and the ugly. Now we're gonna get into the good parts, right? We want to give you the
Yeah.
ugly first. Let's get the ugly out the way. Let's get the bad out the way. So now let's
Yeah.
go into the positive things that have happened in 2025.
So I can put this the good part into four forces. There are four forces that bring the good part. Four
Okay.
forces. The first one is the new universe of buyers, which
Okay.
will enter into the market. This one is the first one. The second one will be there will be a wave of a new capital.
Yeah.
Especially for unlocks and local demand. You were saying that related to the banks.
Yeah.
So new banks will enter. I will go through each of
Each
the
one.
forces in detail. Yeah. The third one will be the confidence in the stability that the
Yeah.
government and the country have. The new era of energy, the new era of this foreign direct investments. These are the third forces that will bring the good news. And the fourth one will be the rise of Ethiopia as a global event. Especially currently, there are many attractive things in Ethiopia. Many event hubs are constructed. So, especially this Africans, Ethiopia is more becoming African center. Different
Yeah.
summits are coming to Ethiopia. So these four forces are the major forces that will bring I think
The
I
good
can
parts.
say the good parts.
Positive.
Yeah, exactly,
Positive.
the good parts.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Okay.
the first one is new buyers are entering the market. As we
Yeah.
all know, a landmark of policy, there is a change in policy. For the past years, foreigners couldn't buy any property in Ethiopia. You know that. So currently, a minimum investment threshold of $150,000 is allowed. Most immediate impact. So Ethiopian diasporas who don't have Ethiopian passport, who don't have yellow cards, can buy properties in Ethiopia. Even people with other citizenship can buy ownership the properties in Ethiopia, and they can have ownership in properties. This is great news. What do you think on this?
I mean, it's a great wave. I think, we have one of the largest technologies for Ethiopian real estate, and we're seeing already this interest, right? From the Middle East, we're seeing interest from the Middle East, other parts of Africa, West Africa. So as you said, this new wave of capital is coming in, new wave of demand, right? This new wave of demand is coming in, and it's not just a signal, it's a message to the world that Ethiopia is ready to do business, right?
Wow.
So
Wow.
I think it's a really great thing. And even for the diaspora who've been on the fence, they don't want to do the paperwork, they don't want to get the yellow card, they don't want to do all these things. No more excuses. You get what I'm saying? No more excuses. Now you can purchase with your existing passport from wherever country you are. So this is really, really great. Yeah.
So do you think, Mickey, the world is paying attention on Ethiopia, or can Ethiopia is mapping a new demand due to this policy change? Do you think? Do you really think?
I would say so, and I really do. What about you? What do you think?
Oh, absolutely, because Mickey, you mentioned you have one app, which is or web-based app, which shows, I think, the properties of Ethiopia, the land value, the rent value. Could you please correlate and tell me that? I want to know that point of view from your previous experiences. Then after, we can discuss how the world is paying attention to Ethiopia.
Yeah. So I'll definitely collect that information and get that to you, and maybe we could do a neighborhood by neighborhood analysis on how things are increasing. But just to give you a general sense, we're seeing rental markets, short-term rental markets exponentially grow. And not a lot of people know this, but companies like Airbnb, other Virgo, which is another short-term rental market, have entered the market, and they're seeing growth not just from ET residents, but also those who are coming for events, that are coming for different things. They're coming to the market and they're renting short term and they're making investments. So the world is paying attention. We've had, people from the Middle East trying to invest into land,
Exactly.
Bitcoin
Exactly.
mining, data centers. We've had West African investors who want to purchase homes for the embassy. So we're seeing these signs, very early signs, right, of interest, and I think it's going to grow in the coming months and in 2026.
Wow.
Yeah. What would
Wow.
you say, Firew?
That's it. Yeah. I have met one friend of mine from Switzerland.
Yeah.
Even they are bringing tokenization principles to Ethiopia. Due to this policy change, different investors are opening their eye and trying to get their benefit from Ethiopia. The other thing is tech and energy groups are actively searching for land for intensive operations like, as you said, data centers, Bitcoin minings, even the solar energy. The nature of Ethiopia is very, very, very good. The environment, the nature, the atmosphere is very attractive. For investors, the payoff is high. The payoff is high. Investing in Ethiopia, the payoff is high. So I think this is the time, and most investors are paying attention to Ethiopia.
100%. And so our prediction so this is all taking place in 2025. What's your prediction in 2026 in regards to this force, foreign ownership? What is your prediction?
The policy is more than a rule change. It's a signal that Ethiopia is ready for the global investment. So many investors, many I think global corporations will be here in Ethiopia, will be here in Addis. This is a signal. So if such investors are coming, how could we relate with real estate? They will own real estates, right? They will buy
100%. Yeah. So they'll buy house. So watch embassies. I don't know if a lot of the Ethiopian community knows this, but Ethiopia is the head of the Africa Union. There's so many, African institutions located in Ethiopia. Ethiopia is in a very strategic location in the Horn of Africa. So it's becoming a very interesting location for European companies, the Middle Eastern companies, Asian companies, and African companies to actually have, some sort of facility, some sort of office, some sort of branch in Ethiopia. So you'll see embassies buying units directly for their employees. You'll see, more Bitcoin miners, more data center companies locating in Ethiopia. And all these things are going to signal economic growth, job creation, and then also the importance of Ethiopian real estate will continue. And one prediction that we will make is, and I think we'll touch on it in the next part, but homes along the power lines are going to see the biggest increase. And we'll touch on that maybe in the FDI section, but
Force 3 is, I think, that one.
Force 3. So we'll touch on that, but let's go to Force 2 and we can talk about another new entrant as well. How does that sound? Should we go to Force 2?
Yeah, we're forced to this. Currently, this is the local demand, especially both for the buyers and for the developers. The major problem was credit.
Yeah.
Local banks offered a limited mortgage option. Even with that limited mortgage option, the collateral will be high. The requirement is very high, and also the waiting time is also high. So it was a very big obstacle for both. By the way, for both home buyers and developers. But the new catalyst will be the government has signaled many times foreign banks can now enter into Ethiopia. I think it's almost on the pipeline, and the realization will be on 2026 in my guess. So there are primarily two players, especially in the bank sector. CB Group in Kenya, it's still moving toward acquiring up to 40% Ethiopian local banks.
Yeah.
I have such information. In addition to that, Equity Bank, Kenyan Equity Bank, is signaling to enter into Ethiopia by acquisition of local banks. So such things will open the new capital unlocks. First one is this: the credit option will be unlocked. Because these banks, the upcoming banks are very, very liquid banks. So the credit system will be very easy. The waiting time will be shortened. The collateral requirements maybe will be very feasible. Even you can have credit option with project-based options, something like that. So it is very, very, very good insight that, or a good signal for both the home buyers and for the developers.
100%. And can you share? Are you allowed to share that funny story without stating the bank name or without stating the position you were in? Can you tell the funny story of when you went to a branch to withdraw some money and they wouldn't let you take out the money because it wasn't the same branch you deposited in? Like, it's such a funny story. It's such a funny story.
This one, normally I can't mention any bank because all of the banks do this.
Yeah, don't mention the name.
I know. And the bank here, the same bank. X bank, but the branch is different. No? I want to take out around 1.5 million birr. They don't allow me.
Demo, Firew's in a very high position, okay? Don't forget this. He's a very high position. Big customer of the bank.
Exactly, and we are the one making them lucrative, but even one of my vendor have given the advance payment around 9 million birr. From one bank. ሄዳ ልታወጣ ፈለገች ወደ ሌላ ባንክ እንዲያስተላልፉላት they push them to open a bank account እዛ ቦታ ላይ you see ምንድነው ምክንያቱ ካልክ the banks are not liquid ብር የላቸው ስለዚህ ብር የገባ ብር እንዲወጣ አይፈልጉም እና እዚህ ልክ የሚሆነው ነገር አሁን እነዚህ ትልልቅ ባንኮች አቅም ያላቸው ባንኮች አኳየር አድርገው የሎካል ባንኮችን ሲመጡ በእርግጠኝነት ይሄ ነገር በደንብ ይፈታል ብያስባለሁ።
even I mean I think የሚያስቅም ጥያቄ ጠየካቸው እኮ you said እና በእያንዳንዱ ቅርንጫፍ ሄጄ ስንት አካውንት ሊኖረኝ ነው by the end of it በእያንዳንዱ ቅርንጫፍ ስንት አካውንት ነው የምትይዘው with them
can you imagine?
It's crazy, the same company. So I mean the point of it is there's obviously consolidation will also take place, right? Ethiopian banks will partner together. They will join forces to compete with the foreign banks. And the main thing is competition brings better customer service, better financial products, better knowledge transfer, right? So we want Ethiopian banks to do good. We want them to do great, okay? We're not advocating for foreign banks to come in and beat the Ethiopian banks. No, if the Ethiopian banks win, let them win. But we're asking for, better customer service, better mortgage options, flexible financing for builders. All these things, it's going to come from competition because now when there's foreign entrants coming into the market, they're going to come with their ideas. And now Ethiopian banks can copy those ideas, okay? And they can create better products. So I do think that is one signal, not just from a providing liquidity standpoint, but even this offers the services that come with competition. It's going to be really, really great. So directly on the real estate impact, mortgages will become easier and available. Credit access will be clearer and faster. First-time buyers will actually have a chance. First-time buyers, Kazi Bafit, you had to already have some sort of collateral to offer.
Exactly.
Right? But now there could be a chance for more realistic ways to actually gain home ownership with better financing. And Isti, for developers, how excited are you with foreign banks? Because what does this mean for FX shortages?
Oh my goodness, Mickey,
Yeah,
this is an amazing question.
yeah,
You know, the previous part that we discussed, the parting, not the Alk is ugly. The parting was
yeah,
for the foreign, should show the shortage in forex, right? Foreign
yeah,
exchange. Or,
100%.
if these foreign banks enter into Ethiopia, that
Yeah,
issue will not be an issue no more. So
yeah,
even developers will enter back to the building a full option houses.
yeah,
Because they will get dollars easily, they can have LCs
mm,
easily.
mm,
Well,
mm,
even if you have money in birr, you
mm,
couldn't get LCs easily in Ethiopia.
mm, mm.
Once these banks enter into the market, there will be an issue. Such issues will be resolved easily.
Yeah. So I think all those things are good forces. And by the way, keep in mind, to the buyers on the fence, is Ethiopia real
Mhm.
estate going to appreciate? Is it going to grow? Is my house going to increase in price? Think about this. To this day, the Ethiopia real estate market has not
Mhm.
had any outside banks financing homes. Even the
Mhm.
local
Mhm.
banks have not been financing homes. There's no mortgage. There's no mortgage market in ET. What do
Yes,
you think? What do you think is going to happen to the price of real estate when mortgages come into the picture? If you thought the years of seeing 300% returns on some units, በ12 million ብር ገዛሁት ከዛ አሁን 40 ምናምን ገባ እነሱን ነገሮች, if you thought that was crazy, imagine when financing comes. It's going to go
yeah,
through the roof. As Freyo said,
yes.
this is a
Mhm.
convergence year, and we'll see. But our prediction is that it will exponentially grow with foreign banks entering. Um,
Exactly, Mickey. Exactly,
yeah.
Mickey. Exactly.
So let's go to the
Mm.
next force, Freyo.
Yeah, the next force is we have had an amazing news in Ethiopia this year, right? This
Hmm.
is the foundation for confidence and stability. Now Ethiopia is growing. Ethiopia is
Hmm.
being upgraded from years to years, from years to years. The city is changing. So this beyond the policy, beyond the physical and the economic landscape, Ethiopia is being upgraded, Mickey, in all the directions.
Yeah,
So
but yeah,
the,
Waru, it's changing every time.
yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah,
Do you remember that last year you were here, but when you came back?
yeah. I said, where am I? I think you dropped me
Exactly.
off. I think you dropped me off at the wrong country. I think, where am I,
Exactly.
man? This is different. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
This is the reason. This is the reason. That's all. The two key developments are the long-term, the signal commitment to the government is signaling that it have long-term sustainable growth, and directly, directly this growth, this development, this sustainability directly underpins the real estate value.
that's a great point.
It
Yeah,
will underpins the real estate value. The first one is GERD, Ethiopian Great Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, the new
mm,
era of energy. This is the biggest energy dam in Ethiopia, in Africa.
in Africa. Yeah,
So,
number
yeah,
eight in the
so
world. Number 8 in the world.
number, thank
Yeah,
you so much. Number eight in the
yeah,
world. So this will create a long term. It will remove the uncertainty. Most investors were uncertain about the power
mm,
consumptions, the power requirements in Ethiopia. So having this GERD will remove the long term uncertainty for investors. The first
yeah.
one is this one. The
That's a
other
great point.
one is the return of FDI. Mickey, could you please elaborate this one? I think you are good on it.
Yeah, FDI is waking up. You're seeing investments across infrastructure, tourism, data centers,
Energy,
Bitcoin mining, energy.
energy, yeah.
So all this is, sometimes I like saying, when working with a buyer and they're
Mhm.
purchasing, let's say somebody's purchasing a property for $150,000 in the budget, right? They want to buy an apartment under construction, etc. And the number one question that they ask is, are we sure that Ethiopia will be stable? Good. Can you guarantee that? I said, well, there's no guarantees to anything, but
Yeah.
there are international organizations such as Raxio, who's built a data center in Addis Ababa, $150 million data center they've built in Addis Ababa. You have the holding group, I think they're called IHG. They're also the investment company for Barclays and very, very big hospitality business. They
Yes.
committed
Yes.
they committed with Ethiopia Investment Holdings to another $100 million deal. So my response to when somebody's on the fence about the stability is, look, at the end of the day, the amount of feasibility analysis that we could do for a $150,000 purchase is less than how much they researched for a $100 million data center, right? So don't trust me, trust them. They're doing their research, they're investing.
Thank you
So
so much.
I
Thank you
think,
so much.
yeah,
They
if
are
you're
not
seeing
fool, by
large,
the way. They are not fool.
yeah,
They are
come
not
on,
fool.
yes, they see
Man,
the
no,
opportunity.
this amount of money invest without
No,
saying.
they see
They
the
will ask us again,
opportunity.
በእርግጠኝነት 25 years from now በደንብ predict አድርገው ነው።
100%. And this is
Yeah.
the thing about risk reward. This is the balance, right? The more of a risk it is, the higher the reward if it's successful, right? So the perception of risk for Ethiopia,
Wow.
the perception of risk for Ethiopia, it also helps with the reward in the end of the day. But these companies, they understand the risk and reward ratio, but there is a reward big enough for them that they're leaning into it with a lot of money on the table. So at the end of the day, if there was no risk, there would be no reward. That's life. So the thing is, when can you get in early, and when can you look at the global market and see the activities going in to ET that give you the confidence, like, hey, this is a good sign. So again, Bitcoin miners from Russia, China, investing millions of dollars into the country. You have data centers coming in, energy innovation. So all these things are a positive signal, I would say, for FDI.
So, Miki, could you please tell us the direct impact of GERD as a property? The direct impact of GERD as a property, on real properties, on real estates. Could you please tell
100%.
us on that? You can see the next slide.
Yeah, okay. So
what is the direct impact of GERD on properties, especially real estate?
Yeah. So, I mean, when you look at GERD, right, you're talking about 15,760 gigawatts, okay, of energy. 15,700. It's a lot. It's so much that Ethiopia is selling it to other countries, right? And I know everybody, okay, this is the thing, okay? There's a power perception issue. It's a perception thing. And of course, because
the shift in perception that you said earlier.
Yeah,
the shift in perception.
Yeah, the shift is in perception.
Investors will shift. Yes, yes.
Good.
Investors,
everybody thinks. So
okay,
my thing is, because power outages, etc., they seem to be an issue. The problem is distribution. Okay, distribution is the challenge of energy right now. There's not enough power lines. There's not enough energy infrastructure. And the energy is there. So the problem with this much energy is it's sitting there, right? If you don't have enough baldis or buckets to get the water, then it's just going to be wasted. So the energy is there, the infrastructure isn't there. So that is really the challenge with Ethiopia's on energy. But the positive thing is land value, especially the ones around transmission lines, will become more attractive because now it's not just residential homes. You're going to be competing with corporations.
Exactly.
Corporations are going to go, and maybe Firew, the perception shift. What do you have? Do you have a concept on that, or?
Yeah, on the perception shift. Now investors are seeing the future. As we said, they are predicting what will come next, on the feasibilities, on the studies. In every aspect, they are considering there is a reliable power. And by the way, regarding to the infrastructure, government is working on it because government don't want to lose the power.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the power is generating now. So the government wants to use it properly. So it's investing on the infrastructure high.
Yeah.
There are many plans to sell to the neighborhood countries, even not only Ethiopia.
Not only,
So
yeah.
yeah, so this developments, this increases in power will shift the perceptions of the investors.
100%.
You know, so it
100%.
will remove the major concerns previously that hinder the investors to come to Ethiopia and invest. So
Yeah.
it will create a smooth and very, very, very big opportunities for investors as well as for the country.
100%.
When this comes to reality,
Mhm.
the real estate value will increase. Properties will increase the value. It will be
100%.
a great opportunity for both landowners and developers as well as for home buyers.
Yeah.
This is my
Very
point.
great
Yeah.
points. Very great points. And
Yeah.
just to summarize that point, I think in 2025, Ethiopia attracted about $4 billion in foreign direct investment. And for
Wow.
those of you who look at more developed markets and you say, oh, that's not even that much, it is a lot. Okay. And for a company that just opened, a country that just opened its doors to the world for its first year. But by the way, before this year, because of the currency devaluation and the discrepancy between the official rate and the black market, there was like zero foreign direct investment. Okay. This is really the first year where you're seeing it done in a way that's substantial, because now companies, now that the market has opened up, more companies are willing. So this is a really, really great start. And as Firew said, what is the impact of this? Foreign investment, foreign companies coming in brings more jobs, right, to major cities. Foreign workers can generate more rental demand, right? And growing commercial zones push more investment toward just real estate in general, because at the end of the day, people need places to work, people need places to live, people need places to play, and that's where real estate comes into play. So it's not just about injecting money, but as Firew said, it's about gain investor confidence and long-term planning, and that's really what Ethiopia has shown in 2025. So those are our predictions in 2026. So who knows, we might have a few more data centers locally owned opened up soon. And by the way, one thing I want to touch on here, Fido, and I know I'm talking too much, but
No worries.
I don't. Every
Yeah.
country, when it becomes a leader in the world, needs a specialized offering that it provides to the world. So when you look at the US, what made the US the US? It was steel. In the late 1800s, early 1900s, it was steels. The US became the best at producing steel. When you look at later on, then it was cars, et cetera, et cetera. That's really the time that US became a world leader, because it was producing something. You know, we see China manufacturing, right? It became the world leader in manufacturing. You know, Singapore became the world leader in chips, right? So what am I saying with this? With our energy and our young population, this could be the beginning of Ethiopia becoming a digital hub full of data centers, Bitcoin mining operators with a young population that we export to the world, right?
Wow.
So Ethiopia could emerge as a hub where, I think about it, robotics, data centers, Bitcoin mining, all these things. We have a young population. By the way, in
In
Yako,
addition, the environment, even Mickey,
the
the
environment,
atmosphere,
yeah, the atmosphere, you know, the
yeah,
energy, we have an
the
advantage
energy.
there. So, you know, when I was a kid, I couldn't even spell AI. AI in it also spell maragal number, right? But the kids, the kids growing up today, the youngest population in the world, they're growing up with AI. Okay.
Yes,
So you have a
yes.
young population, we have the energy advantage, we have data centers coming in. These data centers are going to teach young people how to work in these data centers. And just like Ethiopia has the best pilots and the best maritime engineers and technicians, we might have the best data center technicians in the future.
So I think you are raising another big topic that we should discuss in the future. You know,
We'll discuss that
wow.
intellectually. Yeah. This is actually good. Yeah, good
I,
point. So
I like it, Mickey. I like it.
yeah, so let's
So,
go to
yeah,
go ahead.
as you
Go
are
ahead.
good at this events, this summit, could you
Mhm.
please bring one thing that about the future of global events that will happen in Ethiopia? What will happen in 2025 and in the future, what will
Yeah,
come in the future? Could you please tell us about that one? Because you have many experiences like attending these different summits, organizing different summits in different countries.
yeah.
So could you please tell us, Mickey? You are the I think the right person to talk
Well,
about
for about this one,
this
sure.
one. Yes.
I'm honored. So thank you for that. So
Yeah.
in 2025, so Force 4, what we see as a
Mhm.
indicator of growth is the rise of Ethiopia as a global event hub. Okay. So that is huge for the real estate market.
Mhm.
In 2025,
Mhm.
Ethiopia opened its Addis International Convention Center. It's one of the
Yeah.
largest convention centers in Africa. It can hold up to, 20. It can hold up to 30,000 people. It's very massive. It's very
Mhm.
beautiful, state of the art. It's the newest and one of the largest in Africa. So this showed the world that okay, Ethiopia can do a large scale event simultaneously in 2025, the same week as the GERD Dam opening up, the Africa Climate
Yeah.
Summit was hosted in Addis Ababa. So
Yeah.
already, the Africa Union, they convene, they already have their meetings in Addis Ababa every February. But now there's a facility large enough to do global big events. And the Africa Climate Summit had 25,000 international attendees coming into the country to attend this event. It was a monumental event, and it showed the world that this is a huge sign. And Diao, COPE 32, one of the biggest, but they've never done an event in Africa before. COPE
Wow.
32,
Really?
yeah,
Really?
they've never done it in Africa. No, it's never been done.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Wow.
COPE 32 in 2027 has announced that they're coming to, Addis Ababa. And if you thought the Africa Climate Summit was big, this is way bigger. This is way bigger. So that will happen in
Wow.
2027. So this is a huge sign, when tourism comes. Look at Dubai. By the way, Dubai's real estate market is moving through, tourism. That's their market, short-term rentals. So
Yeah.
for the short, for
Yes.
short, yeah, a majority of Dubai's real estate market, it's during the winter for those who want to come and stay when it's a little warmer, better weather in Dubai. But then the short-term rental market is Dubai became a tourist destination. So if Addis
Mm.
Ababa becomes a events destination, it brings business, it brings influence, and it brings the right people to the city. What are your thoughts, Frio?
Wow. With the climate, 13 months consistent, not disturbing climate. Do you think what will happen in Ethiopia?
That's a good wow,
Day,
good point.
a day
Good.
after a day after the event will be there, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good
This is
point. The
amazing.
weather.
This is amazing. Yeah,
It's a
the
good
weather is
point.
amazing. Yeah, because most people love the weather of Ethiopia.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's the type of people that it brings, right? So if you're having
Mhm.
if you're having big meetings about investment, sustainability, business,
Mhm.
technology, and they're coming to Addis Ababa, when people come and
Mhm.
they see the city, there's going to bring more investment, right? So it
Exactly.
has a rippling
Exactly.
effect. So if
Mhm.
I think this is a positive signal, this is a very good signal for the real estate market, and especially
Vicky,
the short term market. What were you gonna say,
so
Fidel?
Vicky, yeah, no. I just want you to summarize these four forces and how it will transform. We said as in the introduction, it is a convergence, right? Could you
Yeah.
please show us that one?
So
Or
yeah. Uh, so Force 4, in summary, the impact again is tourism is becoming a huge incentive for
yeah,
even the government.
you,
Mhm.
you can show us a slide, Vicky.
Okay, yeah. So the growth target is to have 2 million international visitors. This was in 2025. The goal was,
Yeah.
2025 to have 2 million visitors. Ethiopia is emerging as an event destination. So if we look at what the convergence is, the perfect storm, you have foreign ownership opening up, that brings new buyers. You have foreign capital opening up, that's new capital. Okay. You have GERD dam and foreign direct investments into energy and infrastructure, that is new infrastructure coming in. And now you have events and tourism, that is new demand for the rental market. When all these things intersect, it's a convergence point. It's an inflection point for the real estate market. There are challenges, and we gave you the challenges. The inflation is the
Yes.
bad and the ugly.
Yes.
However, all these things are new factors that you should put into your buying decision or your investment decision as you proceed. Firew, do you have any points on this convergence, these forces?
Yeah. You know, as we said, there are the good, the bad, and the ugly. The
Yeah.
good thing is this convergence. You know,
Yeah.
new buyers will enter into the market. That means the foreigners and the diasporas without having Ethiopian passport or yellow cards. This is a very, very good implication to get foreign currencies. The second one is the opening up of new foreign banks. It will create a new capital, which is good sign for both the buyers and the developers. The infrastructure, the new infrastructure, the GERD and the VDI, as well as Addis Ababa becoming the center of tourism and events, will have a very big impact on
100%.
yeah
100%. Yeah. So really excited for that. And I think we just have two bold predictions.
Exactly.
Bold predictions.
It's up to you to predict, Nikki.
Okay, so Firew might not like this one, but a bold prediction number one is some builders will fail. So a market will shake out, and only the strong will survive, and the weak will go, because
as we always say.
It is. So from a buyer perspective, it is more important now than ever to really understand the company that you are buying from. How long have they been in business? What other type of companies do they operate? How much cash do they have estimated in the bank? So good builders that have been in business for a long time, have already delivered homes, that already have assets, they're going to do great, right? So, builders such as Bamacon, I think, are a great example of companies that have been builders that have been in business for a long time, that have a good name, have delivered many types of projects, not just real estate residential, but even delivered construction projects, right? They're good builders to buy from. Some builders are, they try to take on too much, and we'll see if they're able to deliver these homes. But with the way FX is going and the shortages, a bank is going to do their underwriting, by the way. Even if foreign banks come in, that doesn't mean they're going to give all the builders financing. If your records and your cash flows and how much commitment you have, if the numbers don't make sense to the bank, they're not going to give a builder money. But a good builder who has solid balance sheet, who has assets, who has been in business, who has a good reputation, the foreign banks, they're going to give them loans. So they're going to have even more of an advantage. So as a buyer, some builders will fail in 2026 Ethiopian real estate. So make sure to do your research is our recommendation. Firew, do you have any comments on this, or?
I can say in short, some with high quality specialists will have a niche market. Will have a specialized niche market. They will take some portion of the market with high quality. Some which, as you mentioned, like Bamacon, who have a well-financed finance, who have a well-construction experience, who have a large experience in the development, will sustain. But the undercapitalized or mid-sized developer will have
very challenged, big time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's bold prediction number one. Bold prediction number two, and our final prediction is, Firew, you can give the take on this one.
Could you please
No,
start
there you.
first?
Yeah. So you gotta give this bold prediction.
As we said, the supply will be the tightened. It is this supply demand equation. The supply will be tightened. Fewer fully finished units will come, as we said earlier, because due to the foreign exchange problem, the shortage in foreign exchange, as well as due to some financial struggles, developers will focus only on the semi-finished part. So the finishing cost will be higher. So fully finished units will be lower in numbers. The second one is the demand will explode. The demand will explode because the diasporas, foreign buyers, newly empowered youngs or local buyers will come to the market. That means the demand will be very high. So there should be a supply demand equation. There should be some, projected price asset will be there.
Exactly.
The price will be a little bit higher. And including that, have something, the price will increase. I'm definitely sure that the real estate price will be higher. In recent times, Mickey, especially around here 2025 for the መጨረሻው ስንመጣ a little bit price ቀንሷል የሚል perception አለ ብዙ ሰው ጋር የሪል ስቴት price ግን due to the reasons that we mentioned earlier እኔ በጣም definitely sure especially ፈላጊዎች ስለሚበዙ ፊኒሽንግ ፉሊ ፊኒሽድ የሚሸጡ ሰዎች እየቀነሱ ስለሚመጡ ዴቨሎፐሮች እየቀነሱ ስለሚመጡ ፕራይስ በደንብ አድርጎ ማለት ለዛው ዊዛውት ይሄ አፕስ ኤንድ ዳውን ሳይሆን ሻርፕሊ ኢንክሪዝ ያደርጋል የሚል ግምት አለ 2026
100%.
What do you think? What do you think?
No, I'm with you. Even in Donno, consumer inflation is actually good for real estate. It's just when it's too much, it's uncontrollable good. Even inflation, but also that's going to continue to push real estate asset valuation up. And as you said, especially finished units, you're gonna see crazy numbers because finished units will become a luxury now, right? Because more people are gonna want fully finished units. So if you already have a piece of real estate, when you add the new demand, the mortgages sisfafu, when there's more incentives for foreign buyers, more data centers coming in, all these things happen, there could be a very, very drastic jump because supply is constrained. And a lot of the mega projects, the affordable housing units that are being developed, they don't come to the market till 2027, 2028, right? So for this year, the demand is going, if they come to the market, some of them, right? Again, the supply is very constrained. And when the demand increases, it's going to pop. And one thing to add to this is the reason the prices have gone down in recent years is because, the affordable market has opened up, which is, by the way, it's a great thing to happen, right? Then, that momentum or the hype around affordable homes, it already came, right? Okay, everybody now knows there are affordable options, okay? But now when the mortgages come into play, we'll see how much prices increase. So again, bold prediction number 2, prices will drastically increase in 2026. So some builders will fail.
Yes.
But prices of existing units especially will drastically increase in 2026.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So could you please summarize the overall 12? What should we expect in 2026 from all of what we have discussed?
Yeah. So just to summarize it, I think just keep an eye on inflation, right? A good amount of normal inflation is good for real estate. Even a little higher inflation is good. When it spirals out of control, that could be a challenge. Again, Ethiopia is very early, so we'll see how inflation is this year. So keep that in mind. On the positive note, foreign ownership is available. So if you are interested in investing into Ethiopia, foreign ownership is easier. You can buy it with your existing passport, right? If you're already Ethiopian diaspora, you don't need to go and get a yellow card. You can purchase with your passport, and minimum investment is $150,000. So that's very interesting. foreign banks are entering, or they've already entered legally and they've already signed the agreements, etc. But 2026, they should be operational. So expect to see more mortgage products, more financing for developers, just more accessibility and capital in the market. I think that's a great symbol. GERD is a vote of confidence, as Firew said, and that is a
Yeah.
signal to the world that Ethiopia is ready to do business. So,
Yes.
GERD is a great symbol. It brings new energy. It brings new, companies looking to industrialize and open facilities in Ethiopia. Foreign and direct investment is opening up in 2025. We saw $4 billion coming in terms of infrastructure, tourism, data centers, Bitcoin mining, and energy investments. So that will continue. And that means more
Wow.
jobs, more impact, more foreign workers, more rental market. It's a huge signal of confidence for the
Wow.
market. And then Ethiopia is becoming an events destination. Ethiopia just hosted the Africa Climate Summit that brought 25,000 international delegates. Almost 2 million visitors have entered Ethiopia in 2025. So when tourism does well and more meetings and conferences happen, the rental value of your property goes up. So that's a good way to look at it when you're thinking about the rental returns in ET. So short term, there is some pain. We came out of a very, very chaotic and ugly real estate season for buyers, for builders, for everybody. But now we had a very stable year, 2025, and 2026, we could see a lot of changes. So those are the main points. Firew, thank
Wow.
you so much.
I couldn't add anything on this, Mickey, on the summary. You
No, no.
nailed it. You
Okay,
nailed
I'm
it.
glad. I'm
Wow.
glad. So, uh,
Yes.
thank you. So, really,
Thank you
again,
so
it
much.
was a pleasure. Thank you for joining us. Those of you who watch this later, we appreciate it. And we'll be pushing out some clips. And from time to time, again, we'll try to hop on and have some real talk about the state of the industry. So, thank you, Firew. I appreciate it.
Thank you so
And
much, Mickey. Thank you so much,
yes,
Mickey.
enjoy the rest of your night and see you on episode 2, everyone. Or episode 3.
Thank you.
Episode 3.
Three,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Bye.
Thank you, Mickey. Have a good time.
Thank you. You too, Firew.